Hey you guys, today I'm out in the garden. A lot of our fabric we put down last year has been ripped up from a very windy storm. It just happened recently this week, so we need to get out here. It's warming up a little bit today, so we're out here getting this fabric laid back down with some new pins. So I'm going through with my little hammer guy and some really long pins. This fabric right here and right there was completely ripped up. It happened last year, so we have to get it down quick. I let it go last year and it just kept fraying the entire winter. So I learned my lesson, getting it back down immediately. And the same thing happened over here. You see all the way back there. So it was like that all the way in the back and then along that end. And then our goal this week was to go ahead and get in here and get all the beds cleaned up from the fall and trim up the trees. We need to put a little bit more fabric around the trees because we put 8 to 10 inches of wood chips down all along the fruit trees last year. I had a video about that. And all of this hay just continued to grow up through it. So we're gonna get all that cleaned up, put fabric a little bit closer, then wood chips so it's not as much to pull, because this stuff is just so difficult to pull. The roots go down feet. So cleaning it all up, we didn't put any fabric here, and that's the way it looks. This is the way the garden has been looking over the last few years without the fabric from our Amish friends. So this is the way our Amish friends recommended we grow in this area. We tried no-till back to Eden gardening here for years. And no matter how much cardboard and wood chips we would put down, we ended up with this every single time. So you can see the parts where we put down this fabric last year has done very well. And even when we walk over here, see, we still have all of our pumpkin vines and everything to clean up. When we walk over here, look at the difference. So eventually this will break down. We're gonna put wood chips and rock on top of it. And then we're just gonna do the raised bed method. We milled this wood for these raised beds from our woods. Put those together, burned the sides of them just to help weatherproof them a little bit so they last a little bit longer. And then over the years, as they start to break down, our plan is to actually just mill more wood and put it right outside on the edge attached to that and just continue to grow in it. This wood is natural, untreated besides the burn, and we're just gonna continue to layer them as the years go. So this will probably last us another at least 2 or 3 years. It's very solid. So we've got some herbs we're gonna keep in here. All of the perennial stuff though, I'm sorry, annual stuff. We're keeping the perennials. That rosemary is gonna keep coming back. It's doing great. I see some chamomile starting to shoot up. But all the marigolds and things like that, we're gonna clean up. Need to trim up some trees. Lots of stuff to do. That's where the tomatoes grew last year. Again, it did not have this fabric down like the raised beds did. It was our experiment. And that's what it looked like. So you can really tell the difference growing on this hay field with the fabric and the raised beds compared to just doing it in the native soil. Again, we put so many loads of wood chips down on those tomatoes to try to do the no-till, and no matter how much I kept up with it, that's what it ended up being. So I just gave up. It wasn't worth it to me. We have a great farmer's market where we live, so I was able to get the tomatoes and stuff I needed last year. But again, my goal is to grow as much food, as much herbs on the farm, in our property, be able to forage the rest in our 28 acres of woods. So we're working to get all that stuff established. So this is real life, what it looks like in January 2026. Get all that cleaned up. Our peppers did really good. Everything did amazing this last year in these raised beds. We went to our local nursery, got this garden soil, and then I added amendments to it throughout the year of like fish fertilizer, wood ash, different things like that. And it just did amazing. So it's definitely the way to go. It's what we're gonna do. So we have a lot of cleaning up to do today. I got all of this fabric back down, but I'm on the last section over here. I wanted to show you what I found. This is how bad the wind was, because these stakes are really big. And look at this. It ripped out from underneath and separated. You see that? So it was connected and it overlapped. I had it overlapping. You can see that hole right there, if we'll focus right there, where it was over and overlapped, and it pulled all the way up and started separating. So we're gonna have to fix this, and that's gonna be a chore. But this is the last section that we have, and then all the fabric is back down and we can continue the cleanup. We had to use this pickaxe to wedge underneath this corner and lift the bed so we can pull this fabric and then pin it down in place. But we got it all finished. So now we're able to start cleaning up and get things ready. We will finish putting more fabric down in the sections that didn't have any last year for our little experiment, and then make more raised beds for 2026.